Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is your dividing decimals quiz. I have decided to be a kind and benevolent teacher and record myself going over these with the class so that you have a chance at getting a good grade. Here we go. We've got 48.9 divided by 6. All right, so you know, Yazi, which number is going to go in the bracket? 48.9 or 6? Very good. Yazi says put 48.9 in the bracket. Very good. I'm going to put 6 outside as the divisor. Ethan, do I got to move any decimals? Nope. Here we go. Ethan, how many 6s are in 4? How many 6s are in 4? None. How many 6s are in 48? Yes. 8 times 6. And when I subtract, I get a 0. Bring down the 9. How many 6s are in 9, Ethan? That is correct. I'm going to put my 1 in here. What's 1 times 6? When I subtract, I get a 3. Ethan, am I allowed to have a remainder in decimal division? Nope. Drop a 0. Now, Ethan, my new number is 30. How many 6s are in 30? Very good. Put your 5 right here. 5 times 6 is 30. And last thing, take your decimal on an elevator ride. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bing! Right there. So in the box, when you have to type this in, you're going to type 8.15. Miss Ross, you are so kind and benevolent. Yes, I know. I am a kind and benevolent teacher leader. Jamal, make sure that you know how to do this, not just writing down the answers, right? Make sure you know how to do it. All right, next one. Woodworker is going to cut 5.4 meters. This is the wood. 5.4 meters of wood into 6 small pieces. The small pieces will all be the same length. Okay, so Ariana, what's going inside the bracket? Good. 5 4/10 goes in the bracket. What goes outside the bracket, Jayla?
You put the 6.
Very good. That's a divisor. Jayla, do I need to move any decimals?
No.
No, because the decimal on this is already behind the 6, ain't it? Here we go. Jayla, how many 6s are in 5?
No.
Good. Jayla, how many 6s are in 54?
No.
Good. 9 times 6.
54.
And when I subtract, I get a 0. Miss Ross, it can't be that easy. It's not that easy. You got to take your decimal on an elevator ride. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bing! Right there. Miss Ross, this is so wonderfully easy. I know. Cool? So right now, you got 2 right out of 12. And we're feeling pretty good about it. Hey, Avery, I'm going to bring you a pencil because you got to have a pencil to do math. It works out better. Okay. All right, next one. Let's do question 3. Question 3 says, Jasmine has 32.4 ounces of M&Ms and 16 4/10 ounces of pretzels to place equally into 4 bowls. How many ounces of each is she going to put into each bowl? So for this one, you've got to divide 2 things. All right, you got to divide up the M&Ms and the pretzels. So in this bracket, you're going to have 32 4/10. In this bracket, you're going to have 16 4/10, and you're dividing both of them by 4. Okay, so you're going to have 2 answers. Here we go. Zayden, how many 4s are in 3? How many 4s are in 32? 8 times 4. Subtract. Bring down the new number. How many 4s are in 4? 1 times 4. When you subtract, elevator ride, bing, 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 8 1/10. Miss Ross, it's right there. I don't have to keep going. Let's just check the other one. Here we go. Tori Malatia. How many 4s are in 16? I mean, how many 4s are in 1? How many 4s are in 16? 4 times 4. 16 minus 16. Bring down the new number. How many 4s are in 4? 1 times 4. Subtract. Elevator ride. Bing, 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 bing. Bing. And so my answer is 8.1 of M&Ms, and 4.1 of pretzels. Bing, 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 bing. Not so bad?
Not so bad.
Not so bad. Avery, do you understand what we're doing? Okay, here we go. This question right here is all over your test. I think it's on there twice, so pay attention. Aaron's car used 4.2 gallons of gasoline this week. He drove a total of 64 and 2600 miles. If the car got the same mileage for the entire trip, how much did he get for each gallon of gasoline? So for this one, Jayla, what number is going inside the bracket?
The 2.
Which one of these two numbers? I got two numbers here. The gallons of gasoline this week and the total miles. What number is going inside the bracket?
Gallon. No, the miles.
The miles. Good. Put the miles inside the bracket because you're trying to figure out miles per gallon. So I've got 64 and 2600ths. On this side, my divisor is going to be 4 and 200ths. All right. Avery, before I get started, do I have to move any decimals?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I need to take this decimal and move it behind the 2. And then I need to take this decimal and move it one place over. So now it's behind the 2. All right, before we get started, I am going to list out, I got 42, and let's do 84. And then let's just stop there and see how far we get, okay? All right, Avery, how many 42s are there in 6? Very good. How many 42s are there in 64? Very good. What's 1 times 42? 42. And when I subtract, I'm going to get 4 minus 2 is 2, 6 minus 4 is 2. And then I'm going to bring down the 2. All right. Now, what are we thinking we might want to try with 42? Well, 5 times 4 is 20. You want to try that? All right, I'm going to put 42 over here and do 5. And let's see if that works. 5 times 2 is 10. Leave the 0, carry the 1. This times this is 20 plus 1 more is 21. Hey, that'll work, won't it? Okay, let's do 5. Put your 5 above the 2. 5 times 42 is 210. And when I subtract, I get 2, 1. All right, I got 12. Now I have to bring down the 6. Okay, so far we've got 15. Do y'all think we might want to look at the answers and try 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try 42 times 3. And what'd you say? It's 3? Okay, let's see. 3 times 2 is 6. This times this is 12. Yep, 3 works. Put your 3 up here. 3 times 42 is 126. And when you subtract, you get a 0. And then the last thing, elevator ride the decimal. Bing, 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 bing. Bing! So your answer is 15 and 3/10, which is right there. Capiche? All right. Now, this next one. Tristan, I am dividing 330 and 4/10 by 1400ths. What number do I need to put inside the bracket? Good. Put the big number in the bracket. 330 and 4/10. Put it in the bracket. Don't forget your decimal. All right. Outside the bracket, I'm going to put 1400ths. Now, Ariana, before I divide that, do I got to do any moving? Yes, I do. All right. How many places am I going to move this decimal, Ariana? 1. And then do I need to do it again? Do it again. 2. So I'm going to put it back here. 14, it's behind the 14 now. And you can cross off that 0. You don't need it anymore. All right. So if I move this twice, I got to move this twice. 1, 2. Ethan, what goes in the hole? Brennan, what goes in the hole? Very good. Put your 0 here. All right. Y'all ready? This is going to get big and long. Here we go. How many 14s are in 3? There are none. How many 14s in 33? There are 2. 2 times 14 is 28. And when you subtract, you get 5. Bring down the 0. How many 14s are in 50? You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to look at my answer choices. Are y'all ready? Is 46 going to be the answer? No. Is 330 going to be the answer? No. Look at your next answer choice. All right. So I've got 2358 and 2360. Y'all think we might want to try 3?
Yes.
Let's try 3. So I'm going to come back over here. Let's do 3. I'm going to put a 3 here. And 14 times 3 is, let's see, this times this is 12. 3, it's 42. Here we go. So 3 times 14 is 42. When you subtract, you get an 8. Then I'm going to bring down my 4. My new number is 84. How many 14s are in 84? Well, guys, if there was 3 and 42, I can just double that to get 84, right? So that means there are 6. 6 times 14 is 84, and when I subtract, I get a 0. Do not forget, you got to bring down that last 0, and then you got to play with it. 14 goes into 0, 0 times. All right, last thing you want to do, you want to take your decimal on an elevator ride. Remember, it is here now. So I'm going to go bing, 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 right there. All right, so my answer is 2,360. Let's see if that was a choice. Look, it was a choice. Okay. All righty, next one. Brittany owns a piece of land that is 183 6/10 acres. She divides it up into plots that are 51/100 of an acre each. How many plots of land will she have? All right, Malatia, inside the bracket, what do I put? Very good. I'm going to put 183 6/10. Outside the bracket, I'm going to put 51/100. Now, Malatia, do I need to move my decimal? How many places? Good. 1, 2, bing. Then I'm going to do it over here. 1, 2, bing. Don't forget to put your 0 right there now. You can cross off this 0. You don't need it anymore. All right, here we go. How many 51s are in 1? There are none. How many 51s in 18? There are none. How many 51s in 183? Let's do 3. 3 times 51 is 153. When you subtract, you get 0, 3, you get 30. Do not forget that you're not done. Bring down the 6. How many 51s are in 306? Well, guys, we know that 6 times 5 is 30, right?
Yeah.
And we know that 6 times 1 is 6. So 30 and 6, that works. Put your 6 up here. 6 times 51 is 306. When you subtract, you get a 0. Bring down the next 0. Remember, if you bring it down, you have to play with it. How many 51s are in 0? There are 0. 0 times 51 is 0. When you subtract, you have this. You are not done until you place your decimal. Bing, 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 bing. Bing! Your answer is 360. Miss Rouse, do I have to put the decimal at the end? Nope. Because it's 360 with a decimal behind it is 360, right? Cool. All right, here we go. Quentin is purchasing printers for his office building. The printers weigh a total of 139 pounds, and he purchases 25. How much does each one weigh? All right, Brennan, what goes inside the bracket? Because that's your total. What are you dividing it by? What are you dividing it by, Tristan?
25.
Very good. Here we go. Put your 25 right here. There's no decimals to move or anything like that. So here we go. How many 25s are in 1? None. How many 25s are in 13? None. How many 25s are in 139? I'm going to think quarters, right? 4 quarters would be 100. 5 quarters would be 125, right? All right, so let's do that. Put your 5 up here. 5 times 25 is 125. And when you subtract, you get 4 and 1. Ariana, am I allowed to have a decimal? Am I allowed to have a remainder? No, I am not. So I am going to take a 0, remembering that my decimal is right here, right now. Do you understand that? Because that's 139. Put your decimal there. You're going to take a 0 and you're going to drop it down. So how many 25s are in 140? We're going to do 5 again. 5 times 25 is 125. And when you subtract, you get 15. All right. Caroline, no, not Caroline. Sorry, she's not with us. Jayla, am I allowed to have a remainder?
No.
No. Drop another 0. Drop it and you get 0. Jayla, how many 25s are in 150?
6.
Very good. Put your 6 here. 6 times 25 is 150. And now finally, you don't have a remainder. Last thing, take your decimal on an elevator ride. Bing, 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 bing. Bing! So your answer is 5 56 of a pound. If you do not put your decimals, you are not going to get it correct. All right, so Joe bought 4 towels for 42 bucks. Each towel cost the same amount, and each towel was on sale for $2.75 off the original price. So we've got to figure out what the original price is. Well, first off, guys, let's just figure out how much he paid for each of the 4 towels he got. So take your 42, take your $42 and put it in the bracket, and you're going to divide it by 4. All right, Zayden. Zayden, do I got to move any decimals? No. How many 4s are in 4, Zayden? 1 times 4? Subtract. Bring down the. How many 4s are in 2, Zayden? 0. 0 times 4 is 0. Subtract, you get a 2. Now bring down the 0. Zayden, how many 4s are in 20? 5. 5 times 4 is 20. Subtract, you get a 0. Bring down the 0. Zayden, how many 4s are in 0? And 0 times 4 is 0. Now, take your decimal on an elevator ride. Ding, 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 ding. Ding! All right. So he paid 10 bucks and 50 cents, right? $10.50 per towel, right? But he says that they're all on sale, that they have been marked down $2.75. So how can I figure out how much they used to cost? What do you say, Brennan? Woo! It's been marked down. Like if something is on sale, it's been marked down. But it's already been marked down. I'm trying to figure out what it used to cost. So right now it's $10.50. It used to be $2.75 more. How can I figure that out? What do you say, Malatia? Yeah, add in the $2.75 to see how much it used to cost. 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 7 is 12. This plus this is 3. And so it used to cost, this was the original price. The original price was $13.25. That was the one that a lot of kids missed on that did this alone. All right, Jamal, stay with me, baby. Stay with me, baby. Here we go. We got 51 divided by 34 hundredths. So make your bracket. All right, what goes inside the bracket, Ethan? 35. Woo! What goes inside the bracket? 51 is being divided by 34. 51 goes in the bracket, right? And 34 hundredths goes out here. All right, Ethan, right now, where is the decimal on 51? Very good. Slap it in there. All right, Ethan, how many places do I have to move the decimal in the divisor? Very good. Bing, bing, bing. And if I move that one too, how many places do I have to move it inside of the dividend? Good. Bing, bing, bing. All right, and fill in the holes with zeros. Here we go. Ethan, and I'm going to cross out that zero because I don't like it. Ethan, how many 34s are in 5?
One.
How many 34s in 51?
One.
Very good. 1 times 34 is 34. And when you subtract, you get, this is 11. 11 minus 4 is 7. 4 minus 3 is 1. Then you have to bring down the 0. All right. What number do we want to try with 34? You want to try 5? All right, let's try 34 times 5 and see what happens. Because 5 times 3 is 15, right? Let's try it. 5 times 4 is 20, carry. 5 times 3 is 15, 16, 17. Okay, that works. It is 5. Put your 5 up here. 5 times 34 is 170. When you subtract, you get a 0. Don't forget your last 0. Bring this down. And if you bring it down from upstairs, you got to play with it. How many 34s are in 0? There are 0. 0 times 34 is 0. Subtract, you get a 0. Last thing, take your decimal on an elevator ride. Bing, 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 bing. Bing! Your answer is 150. Miss Ross, do I got to put in the decimal? Nope. All right, y'all want to try one on your own? All right, I'm going to write it down. What number is going to go inside the bracket? We've got a factory contains 3,195 ounces of juice to package into individual juice boxes. Each juice box holds 7 1/10 ounce of juice. How many juice boxes can be packaged? Okay, so let's see. What number is going to go in the bracket? What do you say, Jamal? Am I going to put 3,195 in the bracket or 7 1/10? Very good. Put this down. 3,195. That is not a decimal. It is a comma. Your decimal is here. It's behind the number. Then over here, I've got 7 1/10. All right, Jamal, what do I have to do to that decimal? Very good. Put it behind the 1. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to move it over 2. Jamal, what do I put in the hole I created? A 0. All right, I am going to hook y'all up. I am going to go down through here and I am going to list out the multiples of 71. And you will be able to use them for this division problem. Are you ready? Because if I give you the multiples of 71, you should be good, right? Here we go. Multiples of 71 are 71 plus 71. Let's see, here we go. I'm going to clear this off. 71 plus 71 is, all right, so we've got, I'm going to list out the multiples. I got 71, put them over here. 71, 142 plus 71 is 213 plus 71 is 284. Plus 71 is 355. I'm going to do one more. Plus 71 is 426. All right, y'all go. See if you need any more. Go. That should do it. And then keep going. I think it's 284. do it right, you should come out with an even number. But you're gonna do it at 0. You better play with it. See, you've got too big. You can only get as big as 284. All right, here we go. You should have gotten 450. Are you ready? All right, 71 cannot divide into 3. 71 cannot divide into 31. How many times can 71 go into 319 without going over? 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes in 4 times without going over. 4 times 71 is 284. When you subtract, you get, y'all get 335? Okay, now I'm gonna drag down the 5. How many 71s are in 355? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5. Put your answer up here. 5 times 71 is 355. When you subtract, you get a 0. Bring down the 0. How many 71s are in 0? Because Jayla says I'm going to play with my 0. There are 0. 0 times 71 is 0. Subtract, you get this. Now you are going to take this and you are going to bing, 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 bing. So what you are going to type in is 450. All right, last one. Oh, wait, no, we got 2 more. A truck weighs a total of 384, and each box in it is 3.2 pounds. So I've got 384, and I'm dividing it by 3 2/10. Jamal, where is the decimal at right now in 384? It's behind the 4. Good. It's important to do that before you start moving decimals. All right, so if I'm going to move this one, I'm going to move it back 1 place. That means I need to move this one back 1 place. All right, here we go. How many 32s are in 3? None. How many 32s are in 38? 1. 1 times 32 is 32, and when I subtract, I get a 6. Then bring down the 4. Oh, this is easy. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put my 0 there. How many 32s are in 64? There are 2. 2 times 32 is 64. When I subtract, I get a 0. Don't forget to bring down the 0 and play with it. How many 32s are in 0? There are 0. 0 times 32 is 0. Subtract, you get a 0. Take your decimal on an elevator ride. Bing, 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 bing. So how many boxes are in the truck? There are 120. Okay, and then we got one last one. All right, Mrs. Letchworth has $225 to buy games for his classroom. He plans to buy 6 games. Each game is the same price. So here we go. Inside the bracket is 225. That's how much money he has to spend, divided between 6 games. Here we go. Jamal, where's the decimal at right now on 225? Behind the 5. Here we go. Let's divide. Avery, how many 6s are in 2? Avery, how many 6s are in 22? Good. What's 3 times 8, Abe? Very good. And when you subtract, you get a 4. Bring down the 5. Brennan, how many 6s are in 45? There are, go bigger. 7. Put your 7 up here. What's 7 times 6, Brennan? And when you subtract, you get a 3. I cannot have a remainder, so drop a 0. Brennan, how many 6s are in 30? 6 times 5 is 30. When you subtract, you get a 0. Last step. Bing, 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 bing. Bing. All right, so if I have $37.05 of another dollar, how much is that? It's $37.50 because half of a dollar is 50. Does that make sense? It's 50 cents. So your answer is B. All right. Don't forget to type in your answers. Love you.